Welcome everyone to our new video based on commercial mathematics. It's a huge topic, so we'll be studying only a small topic of GST today. Goods and Services Tax. Any government of a nation provides various services to its citizens like police, law, defense services, health, education, administration, hygiene, power supply, infrastructure, etc. And to provide such services, government needs funds in terms of money. So where does this funds or money comes from? So the government collects these funds from the taxes, and the taxes are of various types. Income tax, you may have heard about it many times in the advertisements, service tax, GST, cess, and various other taxes. In today's class, we'll study more about GST in detail. Now, what is GST? GST is a destination-based tax on consumption of goods and services provided. Initially, it was known as sales tax and VAT. VAT is value added tax. So GST has replaced sales tax and VAT. The main objective of GST is to eliminate excess taxation. It was first adopted in India by the Indian government on 1st of July 2017. GST is classified into three types: CGST, SGST, integrated GST. CGST is the tax that goes to the central government. SGST is the share of the tax that goes to the state government. And these two taxes are involved when there is service or good transaction within the state, within a particular state or within one state, or you may call it as intrastate. And integrated GST takes place or is involved when the service or goods transaction is between two different states, or we may call it as interstate. So whenever interstate services are provided, integrated GST is required, but right now we'll deal with CGST and SGST. According to Indian government, there are four rate structures of GST. There are different items which are classified based on which the taxes or the slabs, we may call it as a slab. So 5%, 12%, 18%, 28% is nothing but the GST which is calculated on the list price or the marked price of a certain commodity or maybe the service that you have taken for. For example, if you purchase a furniture, you will have to pay certain amount of tax, either 5, 12, 18, 28 based on the rules of the country. So certain tax on the marked price or the listed price of that commodity or the furniture. Or for example, you go to a body massage service, and whatever fees the body massage service provider charges you, you have to give certain amount of service tax on it. So that's kind of the way you have GST in your daily lives. Let's move on to the first problem for the day. So the first question of the day: Arpit wants to buy a table whose sale price is rupees 12,400. How much will Arpit have to pay for it if the rate of GST is 12%? So we know it's sale price or the listed price, we may say, or the marked price. So I'll call it as MP. The price marked for it is rupees 12400. After that, you have to add GST to it. So the rate of GST which is given is 12%. Always remember, the rate of GST is on the listed or the marked price. So how much will Arpit have to pay for it if the rate of GST is 12%? So the selling price, or you may call it as purchase price for Arpit, will be marked price plus GST on it, which is nothing but marked price plus 12% of marked price. If I substitute the values, $12,400 plus 12% of marked price will be 12 by 100 into 12,400. So meanwhile I'll remove this symbol over here. 12,400 plus 100 and these two zeros go away. What is the remainder? 12 into 124. The answer of 12 into 144 gives you 1488. When you add it, you get the final amount as 13,888. So this is the total amount which Arpit will have to pay in order to purchase that table. So final answer will be the statement: Arpit will have to pay rupees 13,888 to purchase the table. I hope you understood. I'll just revisit. Marked price is given of the table. GST applied on the marked price is given. So selling price, or in other words you may say Arpit's purchase price, will be marked price plus the GST, the tax that is supposed to go to the government. So my marked price plus 12% of marked price, that is marked price is 12,400 plus 12% of marked price, that is 12 by 100 into 12400. After solving this, simplifying this, we get, you cancel this out or divide 12,400 by 100, you get 124, and multiply 12 by 124, you will get 1,488. So Arpit will have to pay rupees 13,888. Our next question is, the marked price of a bicycle is rupees 25,000. If after giving a discount 8%, GST of 28% is levied, find the selling price of the bicycle. So the marked price, I can write it as rupees 25,000. Now the customer has been given 8% discount on this, and then GST of 28% is levied on that amount, discounted amount, not the marked price. Okay, so on the discounted amount, go or follow the order given. If after giving a discount 8%, so 8% discount is given on this, and then GST of 28% is levied on the discounted price. So I write discount percent is how much? 8%. So we'll need to find how much is the discount. So how do we find what is the discount? Discount is equal to 8 upon 100 multiplied by the marked price. So after solving this, we get 8 into 250. So the discount comes to around 2,000. Okay, now what will be my new marked price? If my discount is 2,000, my new marked price will be old marked price minus discount, that is nothing but 25,000 minus discount, and gives me 23,000. So after giving a discount of 8%, my new marked price is 23,000. Now GST of 28% is levied on this 23,000. Now we move ahead. So new marked price is 23,000. Now my selling price will be obviously new marked price plus 28% GST on it. That is 28% of new marked price, which is nothing but 23,000 plus 28 by 100 into 23,000. Again we solve it, simplify and get the answer as 2300 plus 6,440, which gives me 29,440. So the final selling price of the bicycle will be 29,440. So my answer statement will be the selling price of the bicycle is rupees 29,440. So our next question states, Ragini purchased the following items from a large departmental store: a school bag for rupees 450, GST 18%, pickles and sauces for rupees 1250, GST 12%, bakery products for rupees 840, GST 5%, a pressure cooker for rupees 3,500, GST 28%. Find the total amount of the bill she has to pay. So over here there are different items purchased and there are different slabs of GST levied on it. So we are supposed to calculate GST on those items respectively. So for school bag, rupees 450 and 18% GST on it. So total selling price of this, then total selling price of pickles and sauces, total selling price of bakery products, and then total selling price of pressure cooker, and then the total amount of the bill will be the sum of all the selling prices. So let's start. My first aim will be to find the selling price of school bag. Let me call it as SP1. So I need to mention in the exam that SP1 is my total selling price of the school bag, which is mark price of the school bag plus GST of 18% on that school bag. So MP1 plus 18% of MP1, which is nothing but 450 plus 18 upon 100 into 450. After simplifying, we get 450 plus 81. So we get 450 plus 81, that is 531. So we write over here the selling price of school bag is 531. Next we find the selling price of pickles and sauces. Let it be denoted as SP2, which is nothing but marked price of pickles and sauces, that is MP2, plus how much is the GST? 12% of GST on it. So 12% of MP2, which is nothing but marked price of pickles and sauces 1,250 plus 12 upon 100 into 1,250. Again, on simplifying it, we get 1,250 plus 150, which gives you 1400. So I make a note of it also. Rupees 1400 will be the selling price of pickles and sauces. Now let's find the selling price of bakery products, which if you notice that since it's a very primary product, its GST is 5%. So SP3 be the selling price of bakery products, which is equal to MP3 marked price of the bakery products plus 5% GST of marked price of bakery product. That is MP3, that is 840, not the MP3 player. This is marked price of the third product, that is 840 plus 5 upon 100 into 840. Again, on simplifying it, I get 840 plus 42, which is nothing but 882. Again, I make a note of the total selling price of bakery products, that is rupees 882. Now the last part, D, selling price of the pressure cooker, will be the marked price of pressure cooker MP4 plus the GST levied on it, that is 28% of MP4 of the fourth product, that is 3500 plus 28 by 100 into 3500. This gives me 3500 plus 980, which gives me 4480. So the total selling price, including the GST of 28% for pressure cooker, becomes 4480. Now what is the question? Find the total amount of the bill that she has to pay, that Ragini has to pay. So I'll have to add all the selling prices to find what will be the total bill that she'll have to pay. So total amount of bill will be equal to the sum of all these selling prices, 531 plus 1400 plus 882 plus 4480. Adding all of these gives me 7293. So the total amount of bill, an answer statement I'll write: amount of bill Ragini has to pay is rupees 7293 inclusive of GST. Okay, now one more task for my self-satisfaction. It is not asked in the question, but I want to know how much has Ragini paid to the government in the form of tax. So I'll have to first add all these marked prices, that is 450, 1250, 840 and 3500. So it gives me 6040. So without the tax, the bill would have been 6040. So How much amount of tax she has paid to the government? 7293 minus 6040, which gives me 1253. So 1253 is the amount of tax that Ragini is paying on the purchase of goods worth rupees 6040. This is not asked in the question, but it was solved for our own better understanding. So we come to the last question for the day. Astha wanted to buy a dinner set marked at rupees 1888, GST being 18%. She requested the shopkeeper to reduce the price so that she will have to pay rupees 1888 after the GST is included. How much is reduction in the price? So, seems to be a very common situation when you go out to shop, mostly with your parents or your uncle aunts, that they tend to bargain with the shopkeeper on the price of a certain commodity. Now here also Astha wanted to buy a dinner set. Its marked price is 1888 and GST is 18%. So Astha requested the shopkeeper to reduce the price such that after inclusion of 18% GST on that marked price, the total selling price becomes 1888. It's a very familiar situation. You cannot deny that you have not experienced this. So let's begin with the solution of this. So our old marked prices, old MP, is rupees 1888. Let us assume as my new marked price after this bargaining be X. GST is 18%. So if I levy GST on this new marked price, my selling price should be 1888. So my new selling price must be 1888. Let us calculate the selling price based on the demand of this customer named as Astha. So selling price on her demand is nothing but it should be new MP, that is X, plus GST of 18% on that X, that is 18 by 100 into X. Please understand once again, if my new selling price is this much, which is demanded by Astha, my new selling price will have a new marked price. Okay, so marked price should be X for the new selling price to be 1888. So if marked price is this much, new marked price, GST on it will be 18 by 100 into X. With that we'll get new selling price. If I simplify this, taking LCM 100, so I multiply numerator denominator both by 100, it becomes 100x plus 18x upon 100, that is 118x upon 100. But this should be equal to my new selling price, that is 1888, correct? That is 1888. So this, if this is my equation 1, if this is my equation 2, according to the demand of the customer, 1888 should be equal to 118 upon 100 into X. Therefore I equate 1 and 2 and I write 118x upon 100 is equal to 1888. Therefore keeping unknown variable on one side, taking all the others on the other side, we get 1888 multiplied by 100 upon 118. By simplifying this, we get 1600 as my new marked price. But my question is, how much is the reduction in the price? So the reduction in the marked price will be given by reduction in price, or marked price is given by old marked price minus new marked price, which is 1888 minus 1600,
which is equal to 288
rupees. So you'll write in the statement that the reduction in the price after the request of Astha will be 288 rupees. So let's understand this problem again for those who found it difficult. The initial marked price was 1888, GST being 18%. The price would have gone beyond 1888. The selling price would have gone beyond 1888 after levying the tax of 18%. But the customer demanded or requested, in other ways, that I'll pay the selling price as 1888. So you adjust the marked price such that it should be 18% GST on the marked price as well as the marked price, which should give me 1888. So that means the customer demanded for this selling price as marked price plus GST on this marked price, which should give me 1888. Otherwise the selling price would have gone much beyond 1888 if I would have considered marked price as 1888. So accordingly we assumed the new marked price be X. So the selling price, which is nothing but 1888, is new marked price plus 18% of new marked price. Simplifying this, we get 118x upon 100, equating 1 and 2, since we know that the customer has requested 1808 to be the sum of the marked price as well as the GST. So this is nothing but the sum of the marked price as well as GST, and this is the amount requested by the customer. Therefore X is equal to
1888 into 100 upon 118,
which gives you 1600. But my answer is not over here. The question is asking how much is the reduction in the price. So reduction in the price is old marked price, that is 1888, minus new marked price, that is 1600, and it gives me 288. With this we come to an end for today's session. Let's meet in the new video based on a new topic. Thank you for watching the video. Stay safe.